Get word from the Rusty Wallace pits. Here's Randy.
Well, as good as he's running right now, guys, he came over the radio and said the car is a little bit tight. Now, what these crews don't want to do down here right now is go ahead and over-exaggerate this tightness this early in the race. You're only 38 laps on these set of tires, and that could very well loosen up for him. So he's complaining it's a little bit tight right now. I've seen a lot of guys up and down messing with this air pressure already. We're just going to have to see what these tires look like when they take them off. But the driver's got the, he's got the last say in it. So if he feels tight, he might make him change a few things.
This seems to be one track where you chase the setup of the race car all day to keep the car up front.
I tell you what, Mike, there's been occasions here you could be leading the race, and if you're not liberal enough to go ahead and change it, even though you're leading, you might have the best car. You better be willing to change it all day because the track's going to change. The leaders will have to be willing to make changes all day, or the other guys behind you make those changes and pass right on by you.
Front five continue in tight formation here. Rusty Wallace, Jeff Gordon, Ernie Irvan, Jeff Bodine, and Dale Earnhardt. Two of those top five drivers in new rides. We asked Ernie Irvan his perspective on all these driver changes.
Well, I mean, we all got to put food on our tables, and what's best for us is what everybody has to do. Whether it's me, whether it's Jimmy Means or whoever, they all got to do what's best for themselves, their families, and this is something I felt I needed to do for my family.
The leaders were getting into traffic, and Buddy Baker, watching from the in-car camera, Jeff Gordon just grabbed a gear and downshifted for him. I mean, things got stacked up there pretty quick for a minute. There you see that pack of traffic. The leaders are running in. I believe it's Bobby Hillen just ahead, the Heilig Myers Ford with Judy Donlevy.
We've got a new fourth-place car to Earnhardt just moved into fourth.
There he is, having passed Jeff Bodine in the Family Channel Ford number 7. Moving underneath Bobby Hillen's teal-colored machine.
Now, you see the slower car goes to the outside here because the preferred line is the bottom, and that's a nice move for Hillen to get out of the way on the high side of the racetrack.
Bodine moving underneath. And that kind of puts the front four right together.
A little bit of traffic stacked it up, closed them right back up again.
Take you back in the pack a bit. There's a battle for 13th position. There's Jimmy Spencer, Michael Waltrip, and Rick Wilson. 13th position here.
There was Morgan Shepherd. He really got off to a good start. He's back in this pack here. For some reason, his cars fell back. They've really been running good lately.
And on the left of your screen, Michael Waltrip, the Pennzoil Pontiac, has come from 24th starting spot.
See Dale Jarrett in that group right there. His car really works well here. He runs second in the first race this year here, and his car really sticks to the bottom of the racetrack. See him just drive right on by Rick Mass there.
17th place for Jarrett now. Interstate Battery Chevy, Joe Gibbs.
Jarrett's still working up through the Shepherd's been running a little bit higher. There he goes in that line. Gives him that inside laneway.
And we're back up front, 51 laps. Still Jeff Gordon. Bumper to butt with Rusty Wallace.
Well, Neil, we're getting close to the time they're going to start making pit stops if they're worried about the tires. Because
well, I think one thing that might have helped them, buddy, is they ran a little bit, they got the caution, they ran a little bit, they got the caution, and it enabled them to scuff those tires and put some heat in them. Every time you heat these tires up and cool them down, it's just like curing them. It hardens them. It makes it even a little bit harder compound, so that probably played in their favor. Somebody's going to have to make that first move to go in and see what they look like.
Here's your Napa Field Standing Update, brought to you by Napa, because there are no unimportant parts.
Well, what happened here? This big gap all of a sudden.
Yeah, Rusty stretched it out here just in the last couple of laps. Morgan Shepherd has been dropping back in the field. Shepherd started this race in 7th position. He's currently posted in 20th. At the front of the pack, Wallace seems to be pulling away just a little bit. And Ernie Irvan is is unable to gain on Jeff Gordon at this moment.
What happened to Jeff Gordon was they were overlapping the Keystone car of Wally Dallenbach, and he got caught on the outside in just one corner. He was on the outside. That's how far he dropped back.
And Buddy, you know too, if Rusty Wallace said earlier he was a little bit tight, right now is when it'll be in his favor. That tightness will leave and some looseness will come to the car and neutralize. So right now Rusty's car is probably better than it was 15 or 20 laps ago.
We've had a couple of questions on the 800 line about tires. If they have to have 50 pounds of air, or is that the maximum, and what they actually fill the tires with. It's not just compressed air.
I tell you what, sometimes they'll use compressed air, and most of the time they use nitrogen. They'll use nitrogen simply because the heat doesn't affect the air pressure. It doesn't go up so much. But the tires can withstand. You can put 100 pounds of air pressure if you want to. They're so strong you can put 100. The trick is to find the right air pressure. You'll see them check the temperature. They want it to read the same on the inside, the outside, and in the middle of the footprint of the tire. And that pressure is what dictates how much air pressure it takes, the heat.
Rusty Wallace has led every lap of this race.
And the heat's coming back.
Yeah.
You look at Jeff Gordon, though, he's running back down. That car is sailing. For a guy that's just riding, he's doing a pretty hard job of riding.
Front five have been pretty constant here the last 40 laps or so.
The first thing you got to learn about race car drivers, they don't tell you the truth, and little young ones are worse. They'll lie to you even more.
I hate to tell you all this, but we're getting a report that they're seeing a little bit of smoke off the car, too.
I saw that just once or twice, just a little wisp of it.
Maybe it's just a fender or something barely touching the tire. That really is not a problem. That's what we hope.
I just hope it's not, something tire-wise. We hope we just have to play this out and see what happens. But if he was complaining a little bit of push, he might be smoking that right front some. I've ran this thing before, and I know you have to, buddy. It smells like a tire plant coming off that right front, all that rubber boiling all day long. So it's not the best of feelings.
No. Looked like the old Indian burned the blanket thing,
Yeah.
Poof, poof.
Smoke signals. Let's go back to 8th place here. 7th, 8th, and 9th this is. Ooh, Todd Bodine. Yesterday a winner, and today he's in trouble in the Butch Mock Factory Stores Ford.
Yellow is out.
Right front.
Caution is out.
He's knocked the toe way out of that thing.
Yeah, Bill Elliott's coming down pit road. Now, I don't know about that call because I wonder if they're going to say he got in before the caution came out.
I believe he has a right front that's flat.
He's going on by,
I don't know what's wrong.
Well,
I see something there on the front that don't look right.
They may have made a decision to pit, and he was in the pit lane. Caution came out, and he had to roll right through. So he'll be on the tail end of the lead lap. He does not lose a lap. You can see that Todd Bodine smacked the wall pretty good, and the monster has bit another one.
Hopefully it's not what we were talking about. We were right at that stage where we'd be concerned with it.
When we get Bill Elliott's car back on when he comes down pit road, the right front fender on that car has some damage there. Something they might have made contact.
He might have hooked somebody's quarter panel and peeled that out. Todd Bodine has hooked the wall.
Ooh.
Well, you can see the skid marks way back before he got in there. He did lose something on that right front, looked like. Got it up in the wall.
Did a tremendous job yesterday in winning the 200-mile Busch Gray National race. And he brings out the 3rd caution of the day. Everybody comes to pit lane. 3 cars that stay out. 4 cars were lapped automobiles, and Darrell Waltrip will stay out. Or is that, excuse me, that's Kenny Wallace staying out. So everybody on the lead lap is in, and that's almost everybody. 28 cars are on the lead lap right now.
Boy, everybody went to school yesterday on have to have 4 tires every time you have a caution, because that won the race for Todd Bodine yesterday.
Our director, Gary Clem's going to give you a new view of pit road. Here are the 3 leaders in their pits. Remember, Rusty, as the leader, got to his pit first. He's pitted right near victory lane. And on the right side of your screen, you'll see how they line up as they come down pit lane. And it'll be Wallace ahead of Urban. Urban picks up a spot on Jeff Gordon.
Boy, that was a great pit stop by Ernie Urban's crew, but I tell you, Buddy Parrott and those guys on Rusty Wallace's car, they video everything and really get into this thing.
They are good. 62 laps are complete here at Dover Downs. We'll be back after these messages.